In today's video we're going to be recording the process of me getting my throat blacked out. So we decided we're going to take you along for the ride, so welcome to the world of Bo.
Welcome to the world of Bo. Enter, really like and subscribe and leave a little happiness that you bring in the company.
Okay, so in today's video we're going to basically be applying extreme numbing cream to my throat. This is one of the best numbing creams out there, but now you'll get to see that I actually use it myself, and I have used it myself for all my blackouts. I'm going to be blacking out my throat today. Luke's going to be applying the numbing cream, then we're going to video the whole process of him blacking out my throat, and hopefully I'll survive long enough to give you a rundown of it afterwards. So join us today and we'll get it sorted. You ready, Luke?
Yeah.
Okay, there's the cream. So, the numbing cream we're using today, by the way, is the Extreme Numb Platinum Edition. Now, this cream I think is absolutely amazing, by the way, but the people who make this cream tell us you need to apply it for an hour before at least. Now, I'm a little bit over the top, so I'm applying it 3 hours before, and that's probably a lot for other people to do, but I've done it this way before and I literally feel nothing through that. I've actually fell asleep during the process of tattooing. I would say to people, if you've got to use any numbing cream at all, make sure you do a little tester on your arm first, so you make sure your skin is not allergic or you're not going to get any reaction from it. So put a little bit on your skin, leave it an hour or so. If everything's fine, then great, you should be good. But it's on you. And like I say, I applied it, or I am applying it, 3 hours before I actually get the tattoo done, but that's me. The makers that recommend about an hour.
Yeah.
So it's on you again if you decide to follow my silly rules. I'm doing this because I've done it loads before and it works. I know my skin can take it. I know I get a better reaction from doing what I'm doing. But like I said, I would warn everybody to stick to the makers' recommendations because that's what they're there for. Okay, Lee, you going to apply it?
Okay. Always, well, if you can't get gloves, just make sure you wash your hands afterwards, but I always pull out wear gloves.
Do you want to talk me through the process, or
Yeah.
put it on fit?
So what I do is I get a nice bit of the product on my fingers
Blob,
there.
a blob.
A blob. I always apply it thick, so nice and thick. I dab it on, as you can see here what I'm doing. I dab it on, and so it's still nice and thick. I never rub it in, dab it on. So, and what I tend to do as well, I tend to always go outside the area that we're tattooing, just in case, you know, we miss any bits.
Or if you upsize the tattoo.
Or we upsize the tattoo.
This is going straight down to the chest part today, isn't it? So you
Yeah.
Right into it.
You looking forward to having your throat blacked out, Mark?
I'm looking forward to finally getting it covered, yeah, and then I can't wait to get the white on top of it, but tattooing's a process, I suppose, and we gotta try and be patient. I'm not one of the most patient guys on the planet, so this whole process of blacking out and stuff, which takes forever, but in my situation it was the best I could do because my skin was properly covered anyway with other tattoos. And like a lot of the tattoos I've had years, and they were crazy tattoos like devils and baphomets and
All that nasty stuff.
all that nasty stuff, which just isn't me anymore.
Yeah.
So, like I said, my only real choice was to basically get them covered with blackout. So the plan is, I don't know if you can see what he's started on my shoulders and my chest, is to get it all blacked out, what needs blacking out, and then cover it with a white Polynesian design. I'm loving the way it's going so far, so once the throat's done, maybe in a couple of months, I'm going to be able to do that on the throat as well. It's really cold this morning. The time, by the way, now is about 8 o'clock in the morning, probably just after 1/4 something like that. And like I said, I plan on leaving the cream on for 3 hours, and I understand and I know that the makers do not recommend this, so like I said, this is on my own back, but I always get a better intake and a better numbness from the cream if I do it that way. I wouldn't recommend it for anyone else, and I would always do a patch test first, because like I said, if you don't, it's on you. How's that coming out?
Yeah, just getting it over.
Nice and thick.
Nice and thick. So you want to do it so you still see the white on the cream.
One of the important things that we've noticed, and we've had a lot of customers who come in over time and they've put the cream on and they've either rubbed it deeply into the skin and they haven't got the same effect they could have had because they've sort of like tried to use it really like sparingly, if you will, and they've rubbed it into the skin. So it doesn't. You want to put it on so you can still see some of the whiteness of the cream on the skin, and that way it feels absolutely. Do you know what I mean? You get the massive effect of it. Also, we've had customers who've applied it and then haven't put the cling wrap on. You want to wrap it in cling wrap straight after it's done because that'll hold the cream against the skin. We had one customer did his arm and then put his coat on over the top of it, and I'm guessing most of the cream basically was absorbed through his coat because when he got to the studio it lasted about an hour and a half and that was it. When normally I can get a good, depending, good 3-4 hours out of it, no problem at all. Like I said, during the process of Luke tattooing my chest and I was using this cream, I actually fell asleep. So, and again, I nearly fell asleep. I probably had about 10 minutes snoozing when he did my back. So, and if that can work for me, that can work for everybody. What I've done today also, just to reiterate what we've said before, is I've kept my caffeine intake to a minimal. Because I do believe drinking a lot of caffeine has an adverse effect on the numbing cream. I don't know if there's any science behind that, and I don't know if it's just me, but that's the way I feel. If I'm drinking heavy caffeine on a tattoo day, the numbing cream isn't half as effective as it is if I'm just drinking water and sugar pop.
Right, that's that done.
That's done?
Yep.
Alright. You got that? Just make sure it doesn't crease over. So you want to go from the front first?
So just that way, yeah.
Just sink it in.
Wrap it round.
And do on the other side as well, coming back the other way. Make sure I cover everything.
Now, covering the neck with cling film for numbing cream is the most awkward thing ever, but
you also want to be careful. You don't get to the point where you strangle the person whose neck you're covering.
Yeah.
So what I tend to do is go to one piece on the front going backwards and one piece on the back coming forwards, and that way hopefully everything's done. Do you want to do it from the back forward now? Exactly the same process.
You may need to tape it as well, don't
you? Yeah, I mean just stick it on. The cream itself should hold it in the position I want it. Are we good?
Okay.
And there you have it. So that's the cream being applied. We've probably got through, if I just squish this so you can clearly see what's left on the cream. This is a large tub of cream, by the way. We've probably got through a quarter of the tub we've used, quarter of the cream we've used. So there's still plenty enough if I need to reapply it later or whatever else. Like I said, normally when I'm doing this, I get a good 3 or 4 hours out, which if you're sitting for a 3 or 4 hour tattoo, that's brilliant. So what we're going to do now is we're going to give it 3 hours, and like I said, I don't recommend 3 hours. It's what I do because I get best results from it. But if you do that, it's on your own back. The maker recommends 1 hour, and 1 hour is usually enough. But like I said, you do what you do. I'm going to leave it on for a few hours, 3 hours, and then I'm going to get back in the studio and start having my throat blacked out. So we'll see you all very soon.
See ya.
Right, welcome back. Unfortunately, the camera didn't record all the tattooing of my throat, so for some reason it's not working. So what we've got is the finished product in front of you. As you can see, I've had my full throat blacked out from under one ear all the way around the front to under the other ear, from just under my chin all the way down to my chest to match the blackout on my chest. As you can see, I've gone full throttle, so it's been a spicy tattoo as such. At the back, I've gone with a Polynesian design just to bring it into what I've also already got on my back. The tattoo itself took about 4.5 to 5 hours, and I didn't really feel anything at all until about the last 10-20 minutes or so, so the numbing cream worked really well. Well, that's me finally done. I did about 4.5, 5 hours of tattooing. What could have been a really spicy session wasn't really that bad because of the numbing cream. Yep, so big thank you and big shout out to Extreme Numbing Cream for helping me get through this session, because I don't think I'd have managed to get through it all if I hadn't got the numbing cream on. Big shout out to Luke as well for doing the tattoo. It's a lot of work, but I really appreciate it, and also I feel better about myself because I've covered up all these crappy tattoos that I had. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you don't mind, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.
Strangely, the dawn is approaching, and for now, I bid you all farewell.